Hey everyone, it's Will, GamerDad, with another video for you. So as promised, I wanted to highlight and showcase the 4 boss battles in Chapter 34, which are basically the phantom versions of the elementals from antiquity. So obviously, one of each of the 4 elements, and my recommendation is to do all those quests that pop up in Chapter 34 before you take on the bosses. If you noticed, they'll give you an option to use one of the key items in front of each boss battle, and I would recommend you to do so. Because if you do, the first attack that the boss does either minimal damage or no damage, depending on the boss. So you can see that that large earthquake, for example, from the gnome, did 0 because we had the feather from the wind elemental. So make sure you do all 4 first before tackling on the boss. I actually brought the wrong elemental team. Normally earth is weak to wind. However, with a fully powered level 80 team, it's not really a problem at this point. You can see I kind of brought in my elemental water team from Ratley 3 if you've watched some of my other videos. You can also see I'm carrying 2 fodder characters in the back just to level them up. Nagi, which is my newest 5-star, as well as Saki AS, which I haven't leveled to level 80 yet. So even though it's pretty straightforward, I'm going to do the same thing with my Valorant chance, stack up all the buffs on myself and all the debuffs on the boss, and one-shot AF it. Again, I'm hoping you guys are enjoying the content so far. Now, if you've only started exploring Chapter 34's Purgatory, keep in mind, each area of the elementals has mobs that are in the level 60-something range. There is also a horror that's a non-elemental type that's level 72. So, you know, bring the appropriate party to each appropriate section. And you can tell because one of those mobs in each of those sections will be weak to one element. And that's the element you want to stack up on while you're exploring that particular area. Keep in mind, some of the enemies that accompany those are resistant to certain things as well. So be aware. Alright, so we got 1 axe from the Earth Spirit, 3 more to go. So I don't think it matters which order you're going to do it. I just kind of chose a random order depending on how I finished the quest. So this Fire Spirit happens to be the second one. And you'll notice it's a salamander. And I know you guys are all a big fan of the salamander from both Navidera Volcano as well as from Ratley Otherlands Area 4, which, by the way, I haven't beaten yet. Anyways, you know what we're bringing. We are bringing a full water team this round and seeing what we're up against. Okay, so here we go. So again, we are always using the item first, because why would you not? In this case, you can see that I always start the battle the same way. Use Aurora Force because a lot of elemental attacks are going to come your way. And you can see that the power of the item helps with preventing some sort of Undying Flame. And I'm guessing that would be similar to the Ratley Otherlands Hellhound boss, where it flames from the ground and continually does damage to you. So anyways, why would you want that? And you can see again with water attacks, your AF bar builds really quickly. You can see that we damaged the arm enough so that the salamander lies down on his belly. And I'm not even going to bother using an AF bar because, let's be honest, all water is just overpowered for this particular battle. That was quick and simple. Again, it's kind of nice to vary it up when taking on these bosses in the storyline. I like the fact that, you know, there is a little bit of strategy involved in choosing the right team. Also, you know, being a little bit smart about it and actually doing the quests first. Now, make sure also that, you know, just like in most role-playing games, talk to all the NPCs, that is, the non-interactive characters, because first of all, they flesh out the story, which I'm a big fan of. I mean, most people play role-playing games to read all the dialogue. Some people don't, but I'm a big fan of reading all the dialogue and remembering, some of the storylines so that when I continue on the quest, I enjoy it more. Almost like reading a visual story. Anyways, we're on to the water boss, so the water spirit, which is Undying. And so with water, we will bring earth. And like Gildan says, no need to waste any more time. Let's get on with it. So you can see though that for some reason, even with the item, you still take a massive hit with the water spirit. So not sure if you can do anything different with this, but I can understand that if you don't have the right item, I'm assuming you will die. So make sure you cast Pure Cradle the first turn so that you can recover some of that 2000 plus damage, because that move came out before you can even cast Aurora Force. Otherwise, one quick AF, all earth based, will do it. This was actually pretty ironic because it's almost like a mini Leviathan battle, except that you're not worried about dying. At this point, I'm not even taking Mariel out. I just let her heal. So I know, not the most efficient in terms of DPS, but it gets the job done. I also do like the fact that each of the 4 spirits, being that they're of different elements, also has a different personality. So not sure if you noticed that from the dialogue, but if you haven't, might want to take a look into it and just read closely and just kind of see the personality of each of the 4 spirits. Also, in case you didn't know, after defeating each of the 4 spirits, if you walk up to it again, it'll say something else as well to add to the storyline. So feel free to do that as well. Okay, so one more boss to go. Again, I just like to remind everyone, if they haven't already, please like and subscribe to my videos. Really appreciate that. And I'm hoping you're enjoying the content that I am putting out. Feel free to leave comments below if there's any questions, or if you feel that there's something that I could do differently. I'm always looking to improve my channel. Okay, so we have the airy boss Sylph, and she's like a little bit of a talker, but we'll get her to be quiet once we beat her down. Okay, so here we go. So with the item, we will be able to stop her special move, and it looks like there's a gust of wind that falls every turn that you do. So I'm guessing that there you go, there's a second attack right there. I'm assuming that without the gnome's gem, you're going to be hit with another DPS AoE attack every round. So again, why would we want that? Now, just as a funny note, my son, who also plays this game, can feel free to check out his channel, Jeff Morrison. It's on my featured channels. He tried taking on the boss without using any of the special items yet. So if you want to see what that's like, go ahead and watch his video. Okay, so just so you know, boss is weak to fire, so you can see my full team: Seti, Garyu, and Aldo. I don't have Xion, and I don't have any of the other newer characters, so I'll have to make do with, a couple of free characters. No matter, took it down. So anyways, those are all the 4 boss battles, and at the end of this battle, you'll get, of course, the 4th weapon, which is the lance, I guess. And then they'll put all 4 together and prepare for the next chapter in order to save Altena. So again, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all my subscribers for watching and for their support. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.